You may think that Five Nights at Freddy's was inspired by Chuck E. Cheese, but you would actually be wrong, because the real inspiration behind Five Nights at Freddy's was the Rock-afire explosion. And to prove that, I went to Billy Bobs Wonderland, which is one of the last places in the world where you could publicly see the Rock-afire explosion. Now you're probably wondering, what exactly is the Rock-afire explosion? Well, the Rock-afire explosion was an animatronic band consisting of Billy Bob, Looney Bird, Duke LaRue, Fats Geronimo, Beach Bear, Mitzi Mozzarella, Rolf D. Wolf, and Earl Smurl. Earl Smurl, that's his real name? And they were the face of Showbiz Pizza Place.
I bet that pizza tastes good.
You've never seen a place like Showbiz Pizza Place.
Showbiz Pizza Place was a competitor to Chuck E. Cheese in the 1980s and actually was financially more successful than Chuck E. Cheese and eventually bought out Chuck E. Cheese when Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy. So for a little bit, you saw both Chuck E. Cheese and Billy Bob together, which is really cool. Showbiz Pizza Place was founded by Robert L. Brock and was an original partner to Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater until he eventually discovered creative engineering and their animatronic band, the Wolfpack 5. So he eventually left Pizza Time Theater and started his own business, which was Showbiz Pizza Place. Now, what's interesting about Showbiz Pizza is that they didn't actually own the Rock-afire explosion. That's right, they didn't own the face of their brand. Instead, it was owned by creative engineering. Now, throughout the 1980s, the Rock-afire explosion stage did see some slight changes, like for example, they replaced Billy Bob with Yogi Bear. I don't know what they were thinking. But eventually, Showbiz Pizza bought Chuck E. Cheese, and they both merged into one company. And for a little bit, you could see both Billy Bob and Chuck E. Cheese on the same product. I actually have one I can show you right now. I don't know why is it doing the like thing. I don't get why I did that. Boom. Can you even see that? Look at that. The official Billy Bob Chuck E. Cheese watch. Back in the 80s, it was $5.95. I spent $60 on this. But look at that. You may be wondering what happened to Showbiz Pizza Place. If they were financially more successful than Chuck E. Cheese, why is Chuck E. Cheese still around and not Showbiz and the Rock-afire explosion? In the mid-1980s, Showbiz wanted to explore their own animatronic show. They didn't want the Rock-afire explosion, basically. They didn't want to pay for the Rock-afire explosion. But creative engineering didn't like that. And them not being able to agree with each other, this began concept unification.
Welcome to the concept unification installation tape.
All Showbiz locations was renamed to Chuck E. Cheese Pizza, and all the Rock-afire explosion characters are reskinned to Chuck E. Cheese characters. Concept unification was basically just wiping out the existence of Showbiz Pizza Place, and unfortunately, the GOAT Billy Bob had to be thrown away. What was that? That was weird. Anyway, this stage is CU3 stage, Concept Unification 3 stage. They later tried to do a CU1 stage. It sucked ass. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. And that was the end of the Rock-afire explosion. At least you think. Since creative engineering owned the Rock-afire explosion, they decided to start selling the Rock-afire explosion to other places outside of Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese, and even created a brand new stage called the New Rock-afire Explosion, which were these little tiny different versions of the Rock-afire explosion. And this is where Billy Bob's Wonderland comes into picture. Billy Bob's Wonderland is a restaurant located in Barbersville, West Virginia. This was originally a Showbiz Pizza, but before Concept Unification happened, they severed ties with the company and rebranded to Billy Bob's Wonderland. I went here a few days ago because it's one of the last places in the world where you could publicly visit a Rock-afire explosion band, which is really cool. I want to see that. So we took a trip down to Billy Bob's Wonderland. However, we did take a slight detour to Cedar Point, Chuck E. Cheese,
I'm so excited now, so turn up the radio, play my favorite song. I don't need any other.
Kings Island, and Jungle Gyms.
One for the money, two for the show. Ready now, go, can't go, but go.
Before we finally made it to Billy Bob's Wonderland. And I gotta say right now, I love the place. It's amazing. Is the place dated? Yes. But is there still a charm to it? Absolutely. I got this Monty plush for 75 cents at their claw machine, which automatically makes this place a 10 out of 10. But anyway, and the pizza was delicious. My dad was saying it was the best pizza he ever had. We were even allowed to see the control room, which looks like a setting straight out of a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, obviously Five Nights at Freddy's was inspired by the Rock-afire explosion. It's obvious. Freddy Fazbear, Billy Bob. Wolf, Foxy. Obviously, there's more to this story than just, oh, I went to Showbiz Pizza and it was scary, so I made a video game based off of it. Like how his last game was received negatively and saying that the characters look like creepy animatronics, which began the creation of Five Nights at Freddy's. There is more inspiration with the Rock-afire explosion than there is Chuck E. Cheese. And to even further prove that, just watch this. They also had Join Us for a Bite, which wasn't as popular as Five Nights at Freddy's by the Living Tombstone. I guess the kids there were just uncultured. Overall, it was really cool to see the original animatronic band that inspired Five Nights at Freddy's. Even though I'm always a Chuck E. Cheese guy, that's where I grew up, I still appreciate the Rock-afire explosion for what they've done and inspired. Now, what better way to end this video than to have a full performance by the Rock-afire explosion.
We like bread and butter, we like toast and jam. That's what my baby feeds me, 'cause I'm her loving man. Well, it's Saturday night and I just got paid. Who's got my money, don't try to save. My heart says don't go. Have time for the Saturday night. I feel fucking cool. Rock it up. Come on, rip it up. Come on, shake it up. Come on, ball it up. I'm gonna rock it up.
I got another video I want to make, but I'm not sure if I want to make it yet. So I don't even know why I mentioned it. Yeah, bye.